that when in this world of speed, let the real fun begin. Let the real fun begin. Remember that night we pulled an all-nighter, turning that wheel, making our fucking skills tighter, hitting that fake, always stay higher. You said never be afraid to learn, my friend. With every lap we knew we'd never bend. Paint schemes flashing, colors in the night, I'm guessing the thrill, man. Everything feels right, from teammates to friends. We're chasing that win. In this world of speed, let the real fun begin. Remember that night we pulled an all-nighter, turning that wheel, making our fucking skills tighter, hating that fake, always stay higher. You said never be afraid to learn, my friend. With every lap we knew we'd never bend. Paint schemes flashing, colors in the night, we're guessing the thrill, man. Everything feels right, from teammates to friends. We're chasing that win. In this world of speed, let the real fun begin. Once or twice, but every crash taught me, oh, it feels so nice. I'm vocal and opinionated, you know I'll speak my mind. In this racing game of life, true passion's hard to find. Paint schemes flashing, colors in the night, I'm guessing the thrill, man. Everything feels right, from teammates to friends. We're chasing that win. In this world of speed, let the real fun begin. Let the real fun begin. So here's to the track, the memories we create. Full throttle dreams, we're never gonna wait. Garage 73, this is where I belong. In this race of my life, I'll forever stay strong. Colors in the night, I'm guessing the thrill, man. Everything feels right, from teammates to friends. We're chasing that win. In this world of speed, let the real fun begin. Let the real fun begin. Remember that night we pulled an all-nighter, turning that wheel, making our fucking skills tighter, hitting that fake, always stay higher. You said never be afraid to learn, my friend. With every lap we knew we'd never bend. Paint schemes flashing, colors in the night, I'm guessing the thrill, man. Everything feels right, from teammates to friends. We're chasing that win. In this world of speed, let the real fun begin. Remember that night we pulled an all-nighter, turning that wheel, making our fucking skills tighter, hating that fake, always stay higher. You said never be afraid to learn.
Dear God, as we are gathered here this evening to celebrate these gentlemen, shake and bake like Ricky Bobby, help us to remember we also have... Dear God, as we are gathered here this evening to celebrate these gentlemen, shake and bake like Ricky Bobby, help us to remember we also have a race that we must run. Help us to also shake and bake. Stress, some days depressed. Help us to remember we are blessed, we must shake and bake. Heartache, heartbreak, you have used it all for our breakthrough. Help us to shake and bake. And on the days where it's hard to get up out of bed, help us to remember those famous and faithful words. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing. For your glory, by your grace. In Jesus' name I pray, and all of God's children said, amen.
And now please remain standing for our national anthem, presented by the #1 selling female artist of all time, Grammy Award-winning Monarch Island recording artist Mariah Carey.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we had at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets reckless from a bursting through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the and the home of the
Mariah Carey, ladies and gentlemen. And please give...
Ripping tracks, DEP, Dana, Joe and the crew. Blazing hotter than a V8, no fake moves, all true. Josh and Kevin, gears grinding, engines screaming wild. Tristan burning rubber, leave them stunned, full throttle style. Steam, Jimmy strong through the fire, through the pain. Built by adversity, no stutter, no restraint. DEP graphics got the rise, looking fierce. Fat chicks, socks, solid swag, sharp like spears. DEP fan, racing fast, never last. Track sleep, spin, flame, full blast. Whip it, drip it, all gas, no slack. Living through the storm, we ain't looking back. Roll up on the line, everybody standing tense. Checker flags flying, ain't no place for the dents. Bumpers kissing, sparks fly, tires screeching raw. Dana leading the pack, got him dropping jaw. Adversity be the fuel, we the fire igniting. Stronger than the storm, relentless, never frightened. Jimmy vibes run deep, hearts of iron strong. DP dynasty, cranking up, the road is long. DP fan, racing fast, never last. Track sleep, spin, flame, full blast. Whip it, drip it, all gas, no slack. Living through the storm, we ain't looking back. DB fan, racing fast, never last. Tracks lit, spin flame, full blast. Whip it, drip it, all gas, no slack. Running through the storm, we ain't looking back. DB fam, racing fast, never last. Translit, spin, flame, full blast. Whip it, drift it, all gas, no slack. Running through the storm, we ain't looking back. We ain't looking back. We ain't looking back.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Tearing down the track, goodbye 73. Tires reaching, hear the engine roar for me. I rest, it's not a game, motherfucker. It's a life of vibe and adrenaline thruster. Paint schemes flashing colors in the night, broadcasting the thrill, man, everything feels right. From teammates to friends, we're colors in the night, broadcasting the thrill, man, everything feels right. From teammates to friends, we're chasing that win. In this world of speed, let the real fun begin. Remember that night we pulled an all-nighter, turning that wheel, making our fucking skills tighter. Hitting that fate, always stay higher. You said never be afraid to learn, my friend. With every lap, we knew we'd never bend. Paint schemes flashing colors in the night, broadcasting the thrill, man, everything feels right. From teammates to friends, we're chasing that win. In this world of speed, let the real fun begin. Remember that night we pulled an all-nighter, turning that wheel, making our fucking skills tighter. Hitting that vape, always stay higher. You said never be afraid to learn, my friend. With every lap, we knew we'd never bend. Took the gamble, hit that wall once or twice, but every crash taught me, oh, it feels so nice. I'm vocal and opinionated, you know I'll speak my mind. This racing game of life, true passion's hard to find. Paint schemes flashing colors in the night, broadcasting the thrill, man, everything feels right. From teammates to friends, we're chasing that win. In this world of speed, let the real fun begin. So here's to the track, the memories we create. Full throttle dreams, we're never gonna wait. Garage 73, this is where I belong. In this race of my life, I'll forever stay strong. Tearing down the track, goodbye 73. Tires reaching, hear the engine roar for me. I rest, it's not a game, motherfucker. It's a life of vibe and adrenaline thruster. Paint schemes flashing colors in the night, broadcasting the thrill, man, everything feels right. From teammates to friends, we're chasing that win. In this world of speed, let the real fun begin.
Yeah, so welcome everybody. Pocono. Yikes. Sorry about that. That's no way to start things here tonight. Brief synopsis. Had an emergency CPU change over the past week from the last broadcast. Had the CPU go down, so I had a whole bunch of stuff that I had to take care of. Was not fun. And I thought I had tested everything earlier today. Thought I had everything set up. Apparently not. Obviously not. So my apologies. It happens. At least in like real world broadcasting, they'd be able to cut to, you know, a race from previous year or something, and I didn't have that option, so I'm sorry about that. Welcome to POCONO. Josh with Garage 73 Broadcasting. Mid-South Racing Trucks at POCONO, race number 5. I'll get into some things here for you in a moment to get you caught up to speed here, as I'm also getting caught up to speed myself. Right now, it looks like we have James Beard up to a commanding lead. Out to a commanding lead here. 25. About 4 truck lengths over the 19 of Brian Boyd. Lakeland, Florida's own, or Lake City, Florida's own. Sporting a Christmas tree. Christmas acts of kindness paint scheme tonight. Let's take a look at that one later on for you, as he is gaining. He's actually gaining some speed here and time up to the 25 of James Beard. Now tonight we are at POCONO for Mid-South Racing, number 5 of the Truck Series. Race number, we have 100 laps, 3 sets of tires, 1 on the truck, 2 in the pits, 50% fuel, so pit strategies will be fun tonight. 1 fast repair. Series for a cleaner way to race. And for DEP Graphics for amazing iRacing paint schemes. Love you too.
Tearing down the track, goodbye 73. Tires reaching, hear the engine roar for me. iRacing's not a game, motherfucker. It's a life of vibe and adrenaline thruster. Paint schemes flashing, colors in the night, broadcasting the thrill, man, everything feels right. From teammates to friends, we're chasing that win. In this world of speed, let the real fun begin. Remember that night we pulled an all-nighter, turning that wheel, making our fucking skills tighter. Hitting that vape, always stay higher. You said never be afraid to learn, my friend. With every lap we knew we'd never bend. Paint schemes flashing, colors in the night, broadcasting the thrill, man, everything feels right. From teammates to friends, we're chasing that win. In this world of speed, let the real fun begin. Remember that night we pulled an all-nighter, turning that wheel, making our fucking skills tighter. Hitting that vape, always stay higher. You said never be afraid to learn, my friend. With every lap we knew we'd never bend. Took the gamble, hit that wall once or twice, but every crash taught me, oh, it feels so nice. I'm vocal and opinionated, you know I'll speak my mind. This racing game of life, true passion's hard to find. Paint schemes, flashing colors in the night, broadcasting the thrill, man, everything feels right. From teammates to friends, we're chasing that win. In this world of speed, let the real fun begin. So here's to the track, the memories we create. Full throttle dreams, we're never gonna wait. Garage 73, this is where I belong. In this race of my life, I'll forever stay strong. Tearing down the track, Garage 73. Tires screech and hear the engine roar for me. I rest, it's not a game, motherfucker. It's a life of vibe and adrenaline thruster. Paint schemes, flashing colors in the night, broadcasting the thrill, man, everything feels right. From teammates to friends, we're chasing that win. In this world of speed, let the real fun begin. Remember that night we pulled an all-nighter, turning that wheel, making our fucking skills tighter. Hitting that vape, always stay higher. You said never be afraid to learn, my friend. With every lap we knew we'd never bend. Paint schemes, flashing colors in the night, broadcasting the thrill, man, everything feels right. From teammates to friends, we're chasing that win. In this world of speed, let the real fun begin. Remember that night we pulled an all-nighter, turning that wheel, making our fucking skills tighter. Hitting that vape, always stay higher. You said never be afraid to learn, my friend. With every lap we knew we'd never bend. Took the gamble, hit that wall once or twice, but every crash taught me, oh, it feels so nice. I'm vocal and opinionated, you know I'll speak my mind. This racing game of life, true passion's hard to find. Paint schemes, flashing colors in the night, broadcasting the thrill, man, everything feels right. From teammates to friends, we're chasing that win. In this world of speed, let the real fun begin. So here's to the track, the memories we create.
side action there between the 68 and the 11, along with the 41 right behind them. He's waiting for a mistake, or he can pounce and take over a spot here at Pocono Raceway. Long race here, 100 laps. I was joking with a lot of the drivers in the driver meeting before while I was trying to... Shouldn't have been joking. Should have probably been as the 11 takes a look on the inside there. Shouldn't have been joking around too much and probably concentrating on the technical stuff. But I said if it gets too boring here, I may end up starting to read How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss. So I want to see some action here tonight. Keep it exciting for us as the 68 and the 11 are doing just that here. And Bobby right behind them. Bobby takes a look on the inside of the 11. Trying to get around driver of the week, Andy Reid. He was able to do that right there. You see he was able to get by there. Andy Reid will keep it tucked in right behind him. In case there's a bobble, he can take that spot right back. He's comfortable right there, I'd say. You see sometimes you'll see here if they're in a straight line, you'll see them moving down to the inside of the straightaway. They're trying to break the draft in front of them. You do that, the truck behind you won't be able to get up as close to you if you're breaking the draft. There's some resistance of the air around you. When you're behind the truck in front of you, it breaks up that resistance and creates what you call a draft effect. And you don't really understand what that may be if you're a first-time kind of like draft track person here, fan. Kind of think about when you're behind a semi-truck. Got your window down during the summertime. And whoa, 1141 gets into the wall. Watch it there. Easy, Bobby. Easy there, Bobby. But if you have your window down and you're tucked in behind a truck there during the summertime and you can feel you hear it, and if you have your hand out the window, you can actually, feel what the draft is like. You have no resistance and it gets quiet around your car. But if you back off too much or pull over to the left and the right, you'll feel the resistance against your car and the wind will come back into your windows and stuff. That's what the draft is like. It's the 68 and the 41 exchanging some positions there. Big mover was Andy Reid, driver of the week. Tony Edgerton right behind him, the 077, a little bit far back. He is huge mover up right now, 6 spots, along with James Beard in second spot. Up 6 spots here tonight. Someone having a little bit of some troubles here tonight. Kyle Grody. You have to let me know exactly how to pronounce that. I'll have to ask him. Exactly. Maybe I have and just forgot before. It's absolutely a positive. He's having a little bit of a struggle tonight. He's down 6 spots here, but that could fare well for him if that's some of his strategy. We know he's a strong contender here in Mid-South. Racing League, Sim Racing League's Truck Series. Sources giving me all the information I need here. May have missed a race or so. Currently sitting in the lower end of the playoff spots, but it's still early here in the season. There's a lot of races to go. Plenty of time to make up ground and get some points up here, but few drivers are missing tonight. I know out tonight, not making this race, not feeling too well. Get well soon to the 45, Tim Rourke. Hope you feel better here soon. And I think we're missing the number 2 tonight, Corey Enyart. So hope to see you back here soon. Hope all is all well in your neck of the woods and not getting that bug that's going around. I know the flu's been going around. The James Beard household has been suffering from that here this week. So, and it didn't just come in all at once for them. It came in increments. Like one kid got it, then they'd start getting over, another kid got it, and then and then the parent got it. So well wishes to the Beard household. I know I'd rather be down with the Swissmas at this time of the year instead of down with the sickness. That's for sure. But Kyle Grody there from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. This is his first year in iRacing. So I bet you he's been having a lot of fun. Learning. I know my first year I learned a lot. That's for sure. Driver of the week, Andy Reid, and his Peanuts paint scheme. Kind of makes me want to listen to that Vincent Guardino trio song, Linus and Lucy. Everybody knows which one I'm talking about. I'm not going to sing it right now, but you know which one I'm talking about. He's from Cornersville, Tennessee. Andy Reid is. I have a sister-in-law down there in the Cooksville, I believe, area. Cooksville. Towards the about 45 minutes outside of Nashville. Wonderful area. Lots of trees, lakes, big old lakes. He's the number 11 here. His favorite driver is Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson, a lot of favorite drivers here. As far as he's not most popular driver, and Chase Elliott keeps getting it. His favorite track's the Nashville Fairgrounds. It'd be fun to see him at a race there if that's his favorite track. Did 16 years in the Tennessee Army National Guard. So thank you for your service, sir. National Guard. They still go through the ringer there, absolutely. I know you're the first ones to go out. I remember back in my day, it was where you wanted to go. If you wanted to go right out, you get in the National Guard, you're the first to be sent out. Did some tours in Iraq and Afghanistan, so excuse me, I'm sure he's seen some stuff in his days. Love to have a beer with him. Listen to some stories. Still working. State of Tennessee has a small sheep farm. My wife would love to go down there and hang out with all your sheep. Help you groom them and all that. She'd probably get into that, cleaning up after them. She loves that. She's a country girl stuck in the city. He is married. He's got 3 kids, 7, 3, and a little one, 1 year old. So that's going to be a fun Christmas for him this year. So Merry Christmas to you, your wife, and your kids. And he graduated from the same high school as Sterling Marlin. Don't know him. He's way older than him, of course, but graduated from the same high school, so that's fun. I don't think I graduated. I went to high school with a couple movie stars now, like TV stars, movie stars. Chloe Sevigny, so that's probably like my cousin's like TV's Patrick Duffy. It's a great race going on between all these guys, the 077, 11, and 41. Bobby. Tony Edgerton, big mover tonight, up 7 spots. So he is moving and shaking, making his way up through the pack here tonight. And he keeps on moving on up to higher ground here in the race tonight. Keeps on moving. Attaboy, Tony. Good for you. I don't have any cool fun facts about Tony yet, but I'm sure in the next coming weeks I can get some facts about him. We can talk about him some more. And I have special guests here in the booth. We can talk about, likes and maybe common interests and things like that, or stories. That'd be fun. Tony moving on up through here. Back to your race leader, Brian Boyd. I had the pleasure to spend a weekend with Brian and his family. His boy Justice and his daughters Em and Liv and his mom Mo. They're listening and watching. Hello, hi Mo. I bet you she's watching tonight. The kids may watch tomorrow. I'm sure they better be in bed. Christmas is coming. Santa's watching. I know that. For sure, Santa is watching. Heard they got some letters from Santa the other day. How cool is that? I never, and what I heard, they were handwritten letters, not just, when Santa gets busy, has his workers and elves send out the common, sent out probably from his printer and computer there. No, these were handwritten. So That was fun to hear the story that they got those there. So Merry Christmas to Justice, M, and Liv all the way down there in Lake City, Florida. Again, I had a pleasure to spending a weekend down there. Drove down to Daytona, went to my first Daytona race. That was absolutely immense fun. If you've never been to Daytona, get there. It doesn't matter if you're there for the 500 or the August race. A little bit stickier in August, but it's nighttime, not so bad. Daytime's kind of hot, but listen, so much fun. The power and raw intensity when those cars go by, oh my gosh, it was amazing. So if you've never been there, get there. If you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. I bet you do. But his favorite driver just retired, just like he did. Brian retired from the U.S. Army after 24 years. So thank you for your service. Staff First Class Staff Sergeant Brian Boyd. Martin Truex Jr. is his favorite driver, but he's retired, and so I've been talking with him over at the shop with the guys and stuff, and he's looking for a new driver. So he hasn't decided whether he wanted Ross Chastain or my guy Ryan Preece. I'm hoping he goes with Priest, but hey, it's whatever. He can go with anybody, as long as it's not Logano, right? I don't know if you got some Logano fans out there. You can hate on me out there in the YouTube channel. Hey, Tristan, hope you're feeling better. I see you're watching. Thanks for bearing with me and all the troubles I had there in the beginning. That wasn't cool at all, but we'll get through it. So, yeah, caution's out. I do believe that will be for stage break. And I bet you we'll see these guys coming down to get fuel at least. Maybe not tires. I mean, some of these guys will probably be taking tires, but I don't think every single one of them will be. Well, we'll keep an eye on that here for you. See if we got any choosers or we're just going to pass on around and keep the lead and keep on going, because it's still early here at Pocono Raceway and Mid-South Sim Racing League's Truck Series. Still really, really early. Hey, what's going on? Dan over at DEP Graphics saying, hey, Big Josh. What's going on, Dan? Well, coming in hot to the pits there. I was watching that, but yeah. But what's going on, Big Dan? Good to see you. Dan, a proud sponsor. Dan is the founder, owner, CEO, COO, vice president, head of board of directors, janitor, you name it. Dan is it over at DEP Graphics. If you're looking for a paint scheme, or if you're looking at anything done that you need done graphic wise, you're more than welcome. Head on over to DEP Graphics on Facebook. More than happy to get you into his Discord. That way you can get hooked up with your very own paint scheme at affordable pricing. He won't charge you for all the extras, and he'll even change numbers for you at a very great cost. So check out DEP Graphics on Facebook for all your paint scheme needs on iRacing. As we know, they are going to be heading down here on pit road to get some service from the pit crew team. Each and every one of them about to get hard and heavy at work. We do have one taker staying out, as coming in hot, crashing into the wall there. Oh man, hope that doesn't hurt you too much, as these guys are coming in hot and close to those barrels. Don't Kyle Larson it. Speaking of Grody's favorite racer there. I want to see that happen. These guys come down and get attention from their pit crew. We'll take a short break for a commercial, and we'll be right back after this message.
How's it going? Yeah, I was watching it from my phone. Let the restaurant hear. You know, just during that theme song, I had to turn it down a little bit. Yeah, it's going to be all about strategy for them tonight. It looks like Brian has convinced James Beard to join with him. So at least he's not out there on the track alone. But yeah, it's going to be really up to Chris Jordan, his crew chief, deciding what the best strategy is going to be to finish out this race. I mean, you could be strong here in the beginning, but it's how strong you are at the end that really matters. But yeah, I know we're still working out the bugs with your switch over on the computer. I want to take a look at some of the sound a little bit for you, Josh, on your mic. Somebody in YouTube land here said, Paul, that he can hardly hear you on the broadcast.
Well, I'll have to jack up the gain here for sure. I hope that's a little bit better here.
I heard you fine earlier and even on before joining you here. I heard you loud and clear. So.
Oh, good. Well, I mean, I know I went from a older AMD Ryzen to a newer one, so I'm still working things out. So I'm hoping that's what it is. I'll have to do a whole reconfiguration of the broadcasting software, I think. But I'll look into that over the next week. I should have some time over Christmas coming up next week. Your son excited for Christmas coming up? Santa coming to visit?
I certainly hope so. I mean, it's hard to tell. I mean, he doesn't talk about it quite often, but when he does, he's pretty excited. I think probably the most exciting part, at least for me anyways, is at the beginning of the season when you pull that tree out. You start putting ornaments on it and arranging everything. I'm a little mental, I guess. I buy these little micro lights, LED lights, that change colors. I think last year, close to 3,500 lights on a 6-foot tree. And I did every branch, and I have the cuts to prove it. So, yeah, it's pretty well lit up. But I hope so.
Yeah, even my kids had asked me, Dad, when are you going to put the tree up? It's just you've only decorated your area, and I had to tell them I didn't really want to do it by myself this year. So maybe I can get some help over the next couple days. I told them maybe you could help me on my lunch break, pull it out of the closet. We can pull it up together.
I should come over to your house tomorrow while you're at work and put it up for you.
Oh my gosh, it'd be so funny. Well, that would be a great company.
I'll decorate everything. Yeah, it'll be all Utah Jazz and New England Patriots all over the tree, just to kind of be like, hey, should have helped out.
Yeah, Utah Jazz. I'm ashamed to admit I've lived here 8 years and I've been to 2 Jazz games. They're fun. Don't get me wrong. I'm just not a huge basketball fan, but they were a lot of fun. People in like Salt Lake City love the Jazz. Like if you're a Jazz fan, like if I was going to be a basketball fan, I'm going to be a Celtics fan. And I've seen some rabid Celtics fans. Like Boston sports fans are one of a kind. Like they're different. They're a different breed. But Utah Jazz fans, wow.
I think it's crazy that I went to a Patriots game in 2005 when they completely got crushed by Drew Brees.
Drew
back when
Brees,
he was,
yeah.
With the Chargers, yeah, and LaDainian Tomlinson. And I mean, it was a great, fun experience. Don't get me wrong, but man, they got messed up, and it was like a little bit before halftime, Brady had thrown a pick, and the fans, like, the guy was wearing a Brady shirt and he's yelling, you bum, bench him, and they were calling for Vinny Testaverde. I mean, like, really? Are you kidding me? Or no, Doug Flutie. That's who the backup was at the time.
Doug Flutie. Wow, there's a name.
That was a long time ago. Back when we all had full heads of hair.
Full heads of hair. So I have a full head of hair. I ended up going gray early. Like I started like a little patch. I don't know if anybody watched that show Chicken Soup back in the day, but there was the host had this like white patch of hair on the side of his head, and that's how my hair started going gray. Really early though, like 17 years old. By the time I was 19, that was prominent. And then I met my now wife at 21, and then it just started moving all over, just very gradually. And now I'm just like gray and a little bit of black here and there. What about hockey? Are you a hockey fan, Dan? You live in Utah just like me. We have the new Utah Hockey Club that doesn't really have a name yet, but are you a hockey fan at all? I know you grew up in California.
There was a season where I did like hockey. I liked the Washington Capitals. Hated the Pittsburgh Penguins. I hate any Pittsburgh.
I can get behind being a Capitals fan.
Yeah, Mario Lemieux, I couldn't stand him. But yeah, I mean, in general, if it's on, I'll probably watch nothing.
Yeah.
I
am a hockey fan.
I wasn't too excited to hear us get a hockey team. I'd rather have, a professional football team, but I guess we're stuck with the Utes and BYU. So,
they're not terrible. Yeah, they're not terrible. They're not the best, but they're not terrible. Like, I'd rather see an NFL team here, but there'd be a whole bunch of different schematics that would have to go into a professional. As the Dave Stinson goes on the inside of the 16, a whole bunch of different types of real-world schematics that go into putting something like that up here in this area due to the population of this certain part of the area. But I mean, going on back to hockey, I grew up a Hartford Whalers fan, Springfield Indians AHL hockey team. Boston left, the Hartford Whalers left to Carolina. I had to become a Boston Bruins fan, but Dave Stinson's a hockey fan. Stinny, as they call him here in the league, truck number 0. He's a referee in hockey, so I'm sure he loves all different aspects of hockey. Married with two kids of his own and 3 stepkids. So
wow. So he's got his hands full.
Hands full. Building superintendent on top of that. He's an appliance tech and a cable tech. I should have him come over here and help me with my computer. He's an appliance tech and a cable tech. I'm sure he could come over here and help me with all my issues. But good news though, everybody. That one of the good things, I was walking one of my 4 dogs over here, and we had some fiber optic internet company putting in stuff, and I was like, hey bud, are we getting fiber optic? He was like, yeah. I was like, good, because the company we have that begins with an X is not the best company in the world. So I'm actually kind of happy to see that. I'm sure the apartment complex is going to charge us an arm and a leg for that fiber internet, but I'm looking forward to that. Absolutely looking forward to that. But I'm sure Stinny can help me out.
Yeah, what are they going to do, like with the tenants that are there that don't have any arms or legs? Do they just like the internet, or? Just kidding. That's my dad jokes coming out.
That's so great. That is so great. That's a pretty cool paint that Stinny's got, though, that Hoonigan paint scheme. I kind of like that.
Yeah, I wish we could zoom in on it and take a look at it and see what's going on there, because I was kind of interested what it said on the side.
Hoonigan, Ken Block's scheme there. Rest in peace, Ken. But Ken Block's thing over there with Hoonigan, at number 0, he's got some hands up there. All kinds of different things going on there. I think if I was going to put anything on my car, it wouldn't say Hoonigan, it would say Hyundai. Me and my Hyundai Veloster.
Oh, Hyundai. Okay.
Hyundai. Yeah.
I was like, a little too soon, Josh. A little too soon.
No, Hyundai. I run a Hyundai as Brian Boyd takes off. Still maintains the lead. His teammate, James Beard, taking off right behind him. Teammates up until the last lap, that's for sure. What's that?
Yeah. So I'm curious to find out like what their secret is, or why they work so well together. the whole dynamic in that. I know that, like, as a driver, sometimes you have an opinion on certain things because you're the one behind the wheel, but it really relies down onto the knowledge of that crew chief. He sometimes sees things on the track that you're not seeing, and when you're out there and putting in the work, especially when you're competing, you don't really see your mistakes. It'd be kind of fun to sit in and listen to these guys go back and forth.
They kind of had something like that back in the day with NASCAR, with proximity chat. Some of you may remember, as we take a look at our race leader, Ronald Piles, proximity chat, when drivers would get into a certain area of each other, they could dial each other up and try to work together, or see if they could do some kind of strategy if they were teammates to get around others there, and sometimes not talk to each other at all. Sometimes for some races here in NASCAR, I think that'd be fun to bring back proximity chat with drivers.
I think they kind of have it, except people are getting like suspended left and right for it, for basically being Tony Stewart. Everybody thinks they're Tony Stewart, and they can say whatever they want to that 12-year-old kid that's on the track that just barely got a computer and signed up for iRacing. So you get to read a lot of that stuff out there. Those Facebook groups.
Yeah.
I just always think it's crazy. Like, really, guys?
'68, Ronald Piles still staying heavy out there, but creeping up through there. Brian Boyd's trying to hunt back his lead with teammate James Beard right behind him, sitting in third. So they're ready to pounce. I know they just came down, got some service from their pit crew, so they are ready to go and tear this track up. Next time by, halfway mark. So we got some bonus points going out to these guys. I believe the Mid-South Sim Racing League does top 10 here for their points. So a lot of these guys will be happy to get some extra points.
Do you have that point spread available?
I was going through the top 5 a little bit earlier.
Just like to see, because there's a lot of other strong drivers out there, and see what it's going to take for them to, for one, to catch him in the points, and give Brian a good challenge here. This is third week in a row in the second season where he's really stood out on tracks. I know in the first one was kind of expected. He expected to do well, and he did. And then that second one was a complete surprise, considering he's never. I think he said he had never driven that track before in the truck, and he came up with that W last week, and then this week it looks like he's trending in that same direction again, unless there's a huge mistake that's made. It looks like he may have this one.
He's got a commanding lead over. Yeah, you're right, Dan. He's got a commanding lead over the rest of the field. He's already taken over Piles in third place. Beard's followed right behind him, so he's just following right through suit here, and just commanding up through there. Both respectively up 5 and 6 positions from their starting spot. So I think they have what it takes here tonight. I think you may be onto something for sure.
And I think it'd be exciting, having Beard here, being this is his first race with Mid-South Racing, and if he's got a rope tied tightly behind the hitch of Brian's truck and pulling him along here, and you get down to those last 2 laps, and I think Beard's got the talent, enough talent to give Brian a run for his money, or put up some sort of a challenge for him at the end there. And I know they're teammates. Man, when you see that checkered in sight and he can reach out and grab it, gloves are off.
Oh yeah, you're not lying. Teammates to the last lap.
Exactly.
Teammates to the last lap.
After that, you're on your own. I don't care if he's sponsored or not, Mr. Boyd. I want that check.
It's almost like the same feeling. Imagine how like Denny Hamlin feels when he's out on the track, or Brad Keselowski's out there, and like now Brad's got, you know, Chris Buescher, and he's got my guy Ryan Preece out there. But imagine how those guys feel, like Denny, when they have to make that ultimate decision as a team owner or team sponsor in this case. And driving for another team and more sponsors, and you know, and your responsibilities to that owner, like Joe Gibbs, or you know, even you here in your situation, you got two guys, you know, running second, running really strong here. You know, you're sponsoring those guys, and it comes down to that last lap. I mean, I can only imagine how those guys feel. I know we know how you feel, but you know, how did Denny feel? Like, you know, truthfully, he says one thing on his podcast, is like that, but down and underneath, he's like, come on, Tyler, wreck me for the win. Or, you know, oh my gosh, if I could just get up to him a little bit closer, do I wreck my own car to take a win to, you know, possibly win a championship? So, yeah, yikes. Yikes. I would hate to be in that position myself, to have to make the business decision over the racing decision. You know, it's business on both sides. And those are hard decisions to make. Tell me a little bit about that paint scheme Brian's run tonight. That looks like a fun one. It's all wrapped up for Christmas with a bow on it, like you just bought it from the showroom. Tell me a little bit about that. That's a great paint scheme.
This was a paint that he was running a charity race. There were so many charity races over the last couple weeks. I can't be between him and, I mean, there's 15 guys on the team. So keeping track of which one's which, I try to tune in to as many as I can. But either way, Brian, you know, reached out and said, hey, you know, I want something special. I want it to be centered around cancer, but Christmas. And I don't know if anybody's ever out there that's ever experienced cancer, or somebody that's had cancer. The holidays tend to be really tough, especially on parents, or if you're a husband or a wife, a father. So I had to think, and I stayed up late thinking about it. And the next morning I woke up and knew exactly what I was going to do, because I remember there was this group on Facebook, and I looked them up, and it's Cancer at Christmas. You know, these kids don't get to take a day off, you know. And here we have a wreck, number 4. Looks like, is that Bird?
Yeah, I was cutting over to go through the Christmas.
Chevy Chase,
Yeah.
Speaking of Christmas, is that a Chevy Chase paint scheme there that he messed up?
Yeah, he's gonna have to go get it buffed out really quick or something. I cut over to him. I was just going through. It's almost like the broadcaster's curse. I feel bad sometimes, but I was just going through all the paint schemes and found the Christmas one here, and I wanted to cut over to talk about this one afterwards. And as soon as I cut over, he just he hits the wall, and he overcorrects, and he just goes and just kills it on the inside. I hate to see that for T-Bird, our league owner and all-around great guy here, running the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation Poopers full. I don't know if we can swear here or not, but I mean it's in the movie. So my favorite part of the movie is when he comes outside and he sees his brother there, and he's like, "Shitter's full." I mean, that's the best part of the movie. And you can see he's right there on the side, and I bet you that's how T-Bird feels right now. The shitter's full.
Man, ever since I was 14, and that movie, that's not when it came out, but you know, sitting around the dinner table, and they're going to say a prayer or grace, and I always wanted to be called on so that I could stand up and say the Pledge of Allegiance. And that was always my favorite part of the movie, you know, the grandma that's kind of losing it. I mean, it was funny back then. Now, you know, and today, you know, an illness like that certainly isn't as funny, especially the slowest deaths there is. And yeah, she gets up and, you know, I pledge allegiance to the flag, and then everybody starts to join her. And that was their grace. And then they cut into that dry old turkey. Did we lose you, Josh?
No, dogs were, you know how it goes. Amazon delivery, a bag rolls by the doorway, and
earthquake happens.
Dogs bark. Yeah. It was great earlier as I was leaving really quick to go outside. run down to the mailbox, and fire trucks and were outside, and the Husky heard it right away and instantly matched the sound. So that was fun earlier today.
So going back to Brian's, I almost called him Josh. You're Josh.
I'm Josh. That's Brian.
You're Josh. Brian's scheme. Yeah, this is what we came up with, and wanted to do something a little bit different, a little bit cheerier. But can you keep with the scheme of the color scheme that the company has, and gift wrapped the hood for him, and wrapped the truck bed with some gift wrap, and made it as festive as we could.
I think it looks
That's what we
fantastic.
came up with.
It's fantastic. I couldn't wait to ask you what the idea behind it was.
Yeah, just a fun little scenery with Santa enjoying the kids, and the kids get to take a brief moment and experience what other kids experience on Christmas Day. Super important. The holiday season's always about other people. It's not always about yourself.
Yep.
It's a good thing to always try and always remind yourself, especially when the holidays are coming near. As something as little as opening the door for somebody that you really don't care to open the door for, because they're not going to say thank you, but you do it anyways. And then you see the little corner panel there and Santa with the gifts. And so it's during the holiday season, keep those little acts of kindness, because you never know what somebody's going through. There's a lot of sadness out there, and if you can, spread some cheer and be that one positive moment, just takes one moment out of the day to give somebody a little bit of peace. So kindness, super important.
Doesn't take much, that's for sure. And there's nothing like the feeling of keeping that spirit of, Christmas there, and, showing people that it's not all about, the materialistic things. It's really about spending time with the ones that you love and that maybe you can even tolerate,
When I know what you mean.
And that's what it's all about. It really, really is. And I never look forward to, as the kids are like, oh, great, gifts and like that. And those look like corgis on the side of the truck.
They are corgis.
I'm a corgi lover, so if anybody wants to know a fun fact
I don't know
about...
why I put them there. They're cute.
Fun fact about Josh at Garage 73 Broadcasting: loves corgis and German Shepherds. Not a good combination to have together, but love them both. So I appreciate the corgis there. Yeah, good job on that truck. I love it. It's really, really good.
Yeah. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Fun. While we were talking about that, looks like the 13. I was silent. I knew. I was talking about him earlier. He came up through the pack and was fell back.
Took beard. Yeah.
Fell back and then.
Let's we could pan in and take a look at him and see, what lap times he's running and what it's going to take. You can hurry up and math this out real quick. What it's going to take if he's gaining at all. Looks like it is, and the caution looks like it's been thrown. Wonder what happened here.
Taking a look. I think, yeah, I do believe this here was the stage break. I was going through to look to see if the rules page of the Discord. By the way, if you're interested in getting into Mid-South Sim Racing, let us know. We can get you hooked up on Facebook and in the Discord. We'll get you an invite into there. I was trying to take a look to see if there were stage breaks there. I didn't get that information pre-race, so sorry for any confusion. Trying to take a look back through to see if there was anybody
Doesn't look like it.
It doesn't look like anybody had caused that there.
A mercy flag. They're like, Brian, slow down.
Yeah, I'm going back, taking a look, see if there was any contact with anybody there. It doesn't look so. It looks like everybody was racing back to the line clean. So, no, stage break.
Oops. Wrong replay there.
No, we're back. Live. I just wanted to make sure. I saw that there was a pass there, the last pass before the yellow. I wanted to see if there's any contact before. But
It's 16-11.
Yeah, it
Another
was just
little
some
fun paint scheme there, yeah.
some hard racing between those guys back there, between that 16 and 11. The 11 of Andy Reid. Yeah, we were talking about that one before, and the Peanuts paint scheme. That was another fun one I was looking at before. You know me, I love the paint schemes. I'm all about those. Not critiquing them, just enjoying them. I don't critique them. I just enjoy them. Everybody's got their own creativity behind their paint schemes.
Hey, if you're out there painting something or doing something, at least you're doing something.
Yeah, you're doing something. Just don't copyright infringe, people. That's all. Just don't copyright infringe, and we will all get along just fine. A little Charlie Brown Christmas action for you here in the number 11 driver of the week here, Dan. Driver of the week, Mid-South Sim Racing, Andy Reid. Was letting the folks know before earlier he won the pole last week, finished second, and had 0 incident points, so he was recognized. Week
just
before.
Some clarification.
Yeah.
Just some clarification there. This Andy Reid is not the Kansas City Chiefs Andy Reid.
Not the Andy. Yes, good.
Not
thank you for the
the,
clarification on that one.
200 pounds lighter.
300.
Still an Andy Reid.
Got some takers to going down pit road here. Let's take a look in live at pit road, see what the action we got going on. Looks like the 19's in, James Beard's in. DEP Racing's number 25. Piles in the 68's also coming in. Looks like everybody should be taking right hand. Looks like the 13 opted now. He is out quicker than everybody else. Maybe he didn't,
So
but
it gets loose. Yeah.
But it looks like we got some takers
Coming in
on some stickers. Everybody getting down and away pretty clean. There's some tight officials down there. I was listening to the radio chatter earlier. There's some tight officials down there, so they were making sure they had to come in under pit road speed. Keep it under the RPMs that they need.
Nothing to ruin your night like coming in too hot and you're just one little click over and they throw that black flag at you.
Overshot. Now your
overshot,
evening's done for the night. That's happened to me quite a few occasions in my sim racing career here. Many times.
Where the field is this small, it's that much more important to have a good pit. A pit where, you're following the speeds and you have the right boxes clicked for things that are necessary. Because, man, a field this small, it's a little bit harder to climb.
Yeah, agreed.
Through the field. Try and get a podium at the end. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, you're fine. You didn't cut me off at all.
Looks like that 13 had a little bit quicker stop than Brian Boyd did tonight. And, when they grid up and looks like, did they both take tires here, you think, or kind of a splash blow for 13?
I think it was I think 13 had taken full fuel there. I didn't keep an eye on him as he came down. I was watching more the top 3 at that time, the top 4 coming in. I did see that the 19 and 25 took tires. It'll be pretty quick to see who took tires and who didn't, who might be saving a set for later on here, or who's just going to go ahead and burn them up and go through it here. But we will be able to see pretty quickly here who's got the fresher tires. They'll have a better advantage over the guys who opted not to take any tires. Set to go green flag racing here in just one moment. I think it'll be a great time to let you listen to the sounds of the race, and once the pit truck will come down, I think Dan, it's time to crank it up. Let these engines roar for the fans.
Give them the feeling, spiritual experience here.
Pace car brings them through turn 2, which is that short chute all the way out there in the back. What I like to call in another neck of the woods, Pocono Raceway is really, really big racetrack setting in the Pocono Mountains out there in Pennsylvania. And everybody shares that area. The racetrack, the locals on top of the wildlife. And some of my fondest memories of watching races at Pocono were squirrels, and I think one year a deer had ended up on the track somehow as the pace car comes down. and created havoc. But we are going to go green flag racing. We're going to crank it up here for you. MSSR at Pocono.
And it looks like, man, he just took off like a fired off a little ball of rocket there, but it looks like Ryan's gonna let him in front. I think he'll use that to his advantage there as he takes that lane down at the bottom. And was it 13? What is his name?
Oh, Kyle Grody. 13's been coming up through the field there. Yeah, he's holding his own. Coming up through, only down a couple spots, one spot from where he started. He dropped back earlier in the race, but he's been showing really strong through the late half of this race.
And here comes the hockey fan.
Stinney coming through
Making
the
his way
field.
up through the field. Yeah, look at that.
Up 6 spots. Stinney and his Hoonigan sponsored Ford. All the way out there in Hamilton, Ontario. Yeah, so that explains the hockey fan. No, yeah, I mean, Canadians love their hockeys. We are 3 wide there in the back. Knocked it out quick between James Beard, the 11 and 13, but they were 3 wide there just a moment ago. 11 decided, he's like, yeah, maybe not. Maybe not going through there. New debris model shows you all the dust and everything that settles on the track through yellow flags.
Yeah, that's, I don't think something a lot of people accounted for, especially if you only race like one night a week and this is your first time coming on the track and you've done the update and you haven't practiced a whole lot. During the race, that new model where would they up some tar balls, and they still didn't let the cars catch on fire.
No,
Really disappointed.
that's
So
your biggest
disappointed.
wish. That is your biggest wish
Oh
here.
my gosh! I mean, I like in real life, I don't like the carnage, but in this, like, come on, how fun would that be? Like, you know, there's some people that should have their license revoked, and they're still out there ruining everybody's night. You know, and it'd be nice if, you know, their stupidity caught them on fire. I'll quit with that rant there and leave it at that.
iRacing, you heard it here. We want the truck. If the trucks catch on fire, we need the trucks to catch on fire.
We don't need the carnage.
No carnage.
Hey,
Just-
if it's on fire, man, your night is done. It's
Little
just
bit
like a blown engine.
We
you
got
know?
we got
And
fire
I think
coming
cars
up.
are more likely to. Yeah, I mean, how often, you know, do you get like a car that crashes, catches on fire, then you have one that just blows their engine? You know.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be all the time. It's, you know, a couple
It's
trucks.
part of it. It's just part of it.
We have flames that come out the tailpipes. You know what I mean? We
Yeah,
get the
well-
expended fuel. We can do that out of the hood of the truck or the
they're
back of the
perfectly
truck.
capable.
You back. You know.
I mean, they're focusing on tar balls, you know, little marbles on the track. You know, they could certainly come up with some flames. I mean, the guy doesn't have to get out and run around on fire or anything, but you know, the car's noticeably on fire, and they stop the race and everybody pulls off, and they have a little simulation tow truck or whatever come out, and hose him down, and pull him off the track. I think it'd be cool.
I'm telling you, iRacing needs to get on it.
Then again, on the flip side, there's a lot of people that come onto this simulation that run dirt. I could just imagine the chaos and how long a dirt race would take. Because those people are definitely not careful.
Dirt racing is,
Just
yeah, a
don't
different
have the
breed.
temperament. Yeah, they just don't have the temperament to be that kind of patient.
Different breed of
Yeah,
people for sure.
Great people. Exactly. So it's a double-edged sword, I guess. You can have your cake and eat it too. You just got to realize you can get fat. So then you can't get in, you know, through a door or anything.
I've been speaking of red flags. I've been asking for red flags on races for at least a year, because sometimes there's just a bad wreck that you just need to clean it up and red flag the race, get everybody situated again, especially at short tracks. People just Parking lot at Martinsville, everybody drives through it. Red flag it, everybody park, get situated, and then go through it. Clean up the track, and then everybody can get going again. So we're looking for red flags, we're looking for helicopters, and fire. That's what we're looking for, iRacing. Let's get this going.
I wonder how much that would tame the tempers. People got really hot when playing this game. It's pretty emotional, especially when you're dumping hundreds of dollars into it a month. Just in upgrading stuff. You have some fool, that's just out there with a controller. Have some people's nights because he just doesn't care. He's got $30 every 3 months into it.
Well, you can definitely tell the people who don't pay for their own iRacing subscription. Oh yeah, absolutely. When you're out there racing officials,
you can tell their voice.
Yeah. There's
high pitch.
And there's definitely a difference between league racing and official racing. Like league racing, like what we have here with Mid-South Racing. These guys here, they run around each other every week, different tracks. They know each other's driving styles after a little while. So as we get some action right here between the 11 and the 25, after a while you get used to each other. You know people's temperaments and how people are, and how people are running around each other. So you know how to take different chances around people. As opposed to the official racing here at iRacing, you get exactly just that. People who don't pay for their own iRacing subscriptions are out there for just, hoots and hollers, and they're not there to be, take this as a simulation or, something serious. So that's what's great about league racing here. We are proud and absolutely happy to be bringing it to you here with Garage 73 Broadcasting. If you're just tuning in, I'm Josh. We got Dan with DEP Racing here in the booth tonight, chilling, having fun. Sorry about the beginning of the broadcast here with all the technical difficulties. Did a upgrade of the CPU, and I'm still I thought I had everything worked out during the day today. Didn't work out as well as I thought, but we got it going. I know you can see the bar across the bottom of the screen. Sorry about that. It's a whole bunch of graphic things going on. We'll get it figured out. These things happen when you do an upgrade on your engine or the radiator or the cooler or the turbo or anything in your computer. Things like this happen, but we're doing okay right now. So,
well, I'm glad to know that it's 33 degrees Fahrenheit
outside right now, and down where you are.
Clear skies at 8:54 p.m.
33 degrees.
I'm reading your bar at the bottom.
Oh yeah, the bar.
I didn't even notice it before.
I'm glad you didn't.
All of a sudden I see it and I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't, because it's bothering the hell out of me. It's like, I can see everything what's going on down there. But it's all good. I did notice a little cool feature when you do the driver info here. The truck does stick out over the top of the taskbar. So thank you very much to SDK Gaming for that little option, making it at least look, proper with the truck, overlapping that there. I couldn't get rid of it. If I did the other option there, I couldn't do my overlays. I'll get it figured out. There's a whole bunch of self-help forums, and I can always scream out to people that I have here. We're a good community in the sim racing community. If you need help, usually people are there to help you right away. It's a great community, kind of like in the real racing world. In real racing life, you need a tool, you need a part. Usually there's another team there that will help you, lend you a part. You can pay them back. That's in the lower grassroots divisions. But that's what racing's all about. People there to help, and I'm sure I'll find some help there. We'll get it all figured out and get a great product out here for you. A better great product. An even more gooder product. Yeah, that's it.
Even more
gooder.
Great grammar.
Even more gooder. Hey, it's on the fly. It's on the cuff. We're live.
We are that.
From Salt Lake City, Utah. Virtually from Pocono. Looks warm there. It's cold here. As Dan was pointing out, 33 degrees here in South Jordan, Utah.
Paul Vossbergen out there in the viewers, 75 degrees here in Southern California.
Oh, chilly there tonight, Paul.
Yeah, I remember those Indian summers.
It's
during
chilly.
The winter like that. We call them Indian summers up here. Anything, nearing the 80 degrees in I wouldn't say the middle of winter, but during the winter season. Even fall, is considered an Indian summer. Is that politically correct? Can we even say Indian anymore?
I still say it. I was talking about that even at the beginning of the broadcast, Indian summer. I don't. I say Indian Summer. Like when I sit down and I cross my legs when I'm playing Nintendo, it's Indian style. My kids call it. No, it's not. And what are you talking about? Indian style? It's crisscross applesauce.
Applesauce.
I'm like, what is
what does
that?
applesauce have to do with your legs? Yeah, that's the one thing. Like, yeah, the new lingo. I get really confused. Like even my son, like he's, you know, he's challenged in the communication area, but like he'll start saying, "Use your Riz." I'm like, my what? Or that's when somebody said cap. I'm like, what is cap? Maybe somebody can clarify. And
Yeah.
they used a term and they said Ohio, and I'm like, I'm not a fan of Ohio. I don't like Ohio State. I'm not a Bengals fan. Cavaliers, could do without them. So yeah, I don't really care for Ohio. They're like, no, that's Ohio. I'm like, what? So, and Skippity, that's the other one.
Yeah,
I hear
Skibbity.
That one a lot.
Skibbity,
I have
yeah.
no idea what that even means. I can't even look it up.
Yeah, I don't know. So
Like,
glizzy,
that's just
I had
fresh.
my
Yeah.
daughter taught me what a glizzy was. That's like a hot dog with like all the fixins or something like that. That's what I was told. You can't always believe it. They could tell you one thing, and it actually means something else.
I saw a meme the other day where the father wanted to say "I love you" to his wife, and so he asked his son who spoke English. You know, and they obviously weren't an English-speaking family, and he told him to say something different. It was terribly hilarious, dark humor, but it was hilarious. I'll have to send you the meme.
Okay, that'd be great. Everybody loves dark humor every once in a while. We'll keep it PG-13 here for you guys, but everybody does love a little dark humor every once in a while. Speaking of dark humor, this view, the blimp view, brought to you by DEP Graphics for all your iRacing paint scheme needs and anything graphic-wise. Visit DEP Graphics on Facebook. Again, yeah, blimp view brought to you by you. You love that view. Your favorite one. We'll go through the whole field here using
There's
that.
nothing like
patented
look at that ants. Just the most creative. I mean, is that Brian Boyd down there? I don't know. We can't make it out. Or was it for the fact that I painted his truck and I know what colors to recognize? It's a wonderful view. I guess it's really cool when you have the stands full and an actual live audience here. Spectators participating in the race. I mean, look at that. And you get to see a lot of the landscape. For a lot of people that don't get to travel a lot, you know, Pennsylvania's countryside like this is absolutely just beautiful. And I say that because I've never been there before. I've only witnessed it through this patented blimp view. The Hardee's ride right there. Hardee's and Coke.
24 laps to go here, Dan.
Yeah.
We're
So his name
winding
is
it
just
down.
Bobby. Just Bobby.
It's Bobby. Yeah, it's Bobby.
Just Bobby.
It's just Bobby.
Hey, Bobby.
Seems like a good guy. I was talking to him down in the garage earlier today, and a lot of these guys
Overall.
happy to be
Overall.
here. They love racing.
It's a good group of guys, and I think that's why, you know, they're perfectly content with racing each other as hard as they do. You know, we've been through a bunch of leagues, and you know, and anybody could say this. You know, when the tempers flare, man, the tempers flare, and here, you know, I can safely say that, you know, I mean, it gets tense in the conversations there. We're not in there right now. But overall, this has been a really good league. You know, no berating from the league owner, or, you know, there's zero favoritism. Even if you're running up front, maybe a little bias on the commentators, you know, or the broadcast team, because they know the guy. They got a lot of information, a lot to talk about. But, you know, each week it could be anybody. It could be anybody's week. That's what's great about this league.
Interesting turn of events here with James Beard coming in
Locks it up.
Locks it up, comes
Yeah,
on
that works
down,
a lot.
and coming down to get some attention from his pit crew. I'm keeping an eye on because I see that his teammate Brian Boyd had decided to stay out. He's coming down now. He's getting right sides go on, left sides are going on now. He'll be down and away with a full tank of fuel. Sunoco race fuel, full Goodyear stickers. He's down and away, so a pit strategy is coming into play here definitely tonight.
Yeah, it makes me almost want to escape and jump down to where these three are and take a little listen and see what's going on and what their plan is towards the end of this race.
Oh, you're gonna go get some.
Other than win, you know.
You're gonna go get some. Are you gonna go be our pit road reporter? Yeah, I could send you down to the track to be your pit reporter.
Not hardly. I'm no Lois Lane.
Brian Boyd coming down pit road now to get some attention from his pit crew. So my premonition was right. Brian Boyd staying out an extra lap there, put a little bit of a gap between the rest of them, or come out just at the same time interval as the right sides go on, left side goes up, left side goes down, down and away as the pit crew takes care of him, and he gets his full tank of Sunoco race fuel and full Goodyear sticker tires. Doc happy about that. They're saying thank you to Goodyear and Sunoco for providing amazing racing products.
I'm blown away that there's no animation on the pit crew. They have these where people take time to helmets for them and their fire suits, and they're there just standing there collecting a paycheck, doing nothing.
Well, that would be my fault because of the graphics setting right now. I couldn't include them in. It would have probably made some things started blinking. I'm getting that corrected, but you'll see the pit crews back here hard at work the next week or so once that is all situated and taken care of. Brian Boyd goes on the inside of the 41.
Just like that, he didn't waste any time, didn't go lap down. So it must have been a needed, a necessary. And we're in there in the same chat, you know. So Brian overtakes a 14. A Hardy's truck. Oh, yay. There we go. Oh, yeah, much better.
Ronald Pyle still showing as your race leader here in the 68. Coming up through the field was Andy Reid in that 13, or the 11. Sorry, in the 11 up 8 spots. He's been showing strong all night. 13 was the one I was thinking before. Kyle Grody. He's showing up out there in the back in the 7th, down 4 spots now from where he started, but still 20 laps to go. He can still make up some time to get up there. Andy Reid there in the 11 as James Beard goes down on the inside of him as he makes a charge up to the front as he had the freshest tires there as he just came out through the pits there a lap before Brian Boyd. Brian Boyd coming up through the field as well, showing in 5th. No one around him for drafting help, but he'll still show strong through those turns as he normally does through turns 2 and then turn 4, because remember they don't have 4 turns here, only 3 folks. Turns 3 is known as turn 4. As he sniffs the draft of the 11, now he'll get a little bit of drafting assistance to get up there and possibly get up to the rest of the guys running the 2nd through 4th to make his way through there. So don't count Brian Boyd in that 19 out just yet. And Stinney making his way up, holding his position there in 2nd. But James Beard did get around him, so he's going to retain the lead while the 11 maintains that 2nd spot.
Look at Brian Boyd climbing through that field. Got to be careful not to spill that cocoa. It's a little Christmas machine there.
Definitely down with the Swiss Miss this season.
Mm-hmm.
Hot chocolate sounds good right now. Couple
Doesn't
guys, yeah, a couple guys out. Steve Aguilar and Tony Edgerton out at the moment. There, I'm throwing those two guys out. Carnivore's pitting. Didn't talk too much about him. That might be one of his strongest tracks, but there's a name for you, Carnivore. We were talking about just Bobby. Dan, we got Carnivore in this league. Love to get
I was
him
looking
in
at that
the.
earlier. Yeah, that little phantom paint going on there, Alpine on the side.
I'd love to get him in the booth one night. Find out.
Yeah.
You know
I
what's
mean, I
what's
wonder
behind
how long his arms
Carnivore.
are. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Are you a long arm carnivore or a short arm carnivore?
Are you a good dance partner or a bad dance partner?
Well, lengthy pit stop for him, sitting in the pits.
Is it potty break or?
Probably going to get a chicken sandwich and an ice cream. Cutting back over to the race lead. Ryan Boyd cutting up through the field. He gets around Stinney in that number 28. So Brian Boyd takes over the second spot as he hunts down his teammate and race leader James Beard in that 25 Chevy.
Not so quick, young buck. This is my debut.
Yeah, Paul, that was going to be one of my questions. I know we were talking about that through the garage area. Coming home from California, is that going to be sooner than later, or is it going to be later? I hope it's not going to be like the day before Christmas or Christmas Day. Let me know in the chat. $15 laps to go, Mid-South Sim Racing. Brian Boyd holding the second spot. Is he going to be able to cut up through the turn here to gain some advantage on his teammate, that 25, James Beard? Both DEP Racing teammates. It'll be a fun race here, to say the least, here at the end. He is gaining on him about 1/10 of a second.
I wouldn't necessarily sleep on James here. You know, he runs a lot, and he came from another league where they're, I mean, great competition, amazing talent out in the field. As long as you can stay clean and not get wrecked. You know, he had a lot of opportunities. I remember in his debut last year, when he debuted in that league, that he actually got a podium finish on his very first race. So it's not like he's inexperienced himself. You know, he knows exactly what he's doing out there. But I think this will just come down between these two. I wouldn't say either one's more hungry than the other. But, you know, often Brian's pretty starving. He wants this. We go. It looks like we're coming up on some lap traffic
With
here.
the 16, Tony Pajak coming off pit road here. He's staying down low, avoiding everybody. So kudos to him. Yeah, kudos to him for, you know, making sure everybody stayed safe on the racing group.
That's what we're talking about in this league, you know, is the amount of respect. Yeah, hats off to that. Looks like Brian's in here closing the distance. It looks like he's running a little bit better line.
Yeah, he's been gaining about 1/10
right now.
Yeah, he's been
Yes.
gaining about 1/10 or more on James Beard every lap with 13 to go. So
It
both
may
of
be
them
that
have fresh
rabbit shoe.
tires.
Yeah.
Both of them do have the fresh tires. James pitted a lap before Brian did, so there's only a 1 lap difference between them. So is it tire management come down to that, as they both come down here to get their last bit of fuel to get them to the end here with 13 laps to go Here's where it's going to come down to pit crew efficiency. It's not down to the driver on this one. It's down to the team. Let's see what happens here and who gets off quickest.
We always talk about the fastest pit crews in NASCAR and in racing, but it would be fun to find out the statistic for this year. Who had the slowest pit crew? Who do you think it was?
Definitely wasn't Brian Boyd. He gets down and away over James Beard, takes over the top spot. James Beard's still on pit road. I'm not sure if he got a black flag or something coming in too hot. He's still sitting there. I'm thinking, hold that thought there, Dan. I see James just sitting there. I think he may have gotten a black flag.
I was going to say something. It did look like he came in a little heavy, but, you know, without being in car, you just never know.
Indeed, that's going to hurt him quite a bit as he's just losing the spots as those goes by. The slowest pit crew, if I would have to take a guess, are you talking NASCAR Cup Series?
Yeah, NASCAR. Yeah,
okay,
NASCAR.
okay.
So we obviously got time.
Okay.
Time these guys, they don't allow it. So, but yeah, NASCAR. It's safe to say that most people are viewing in and watching our NASCAR fans, or catch a race from time to time if they can. There's a lot of busy people out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, it'd be interesting to find out who had the slowest crew.
Well, I already know who I got my guess, so I'm going to lock in my guess. You guys there in YouTube, who do you think was the slowest out of all the Cup Series driver teams? Who was the slowest pit crew? I know I got my guess locked in.
You're not going to believe this.
What's that?
Who it was.
Oh, I'm going to take my guess. I don't see anybody really making a guess there yet, but my guess would be, I'm going to say Cody Ware or someone on the Rick Ware racing team. That's not looking Google or anything.
Well, I just Googled it. Maybe I'm going to check out something else. So the average pit stop time ranges from 10 to 11 seconds with some change. And the slowest crew, this is just going off one race, but this covers the whole spectrum for the whole 2024 season, that championship season. With the slowest time produced is Joey Logano's team. 11.897 seconds.
So on average?
Yes, on average. Sometimes they're faster. Depends on what kind of coffee they're drinking. But, yeah. And they recorded that time. Yeah, they were considered the 45th. Whoa.
Tony Pajak right into the wall, got loose, man. Oh, I hate to see that for him. He's broken everything in that front end suspension. He's got no steering whatsoever. It's all to the left. Oh, I hate to see that for Tony.
Ross Chastain joke there. It's like wrong side there.
Yeah.
You got to do the passenger side.
That's not how you do the Hail Melon. You got to do the other side and stick it. So you hate to see that for the 16. He's going to have all kinds of troubles trying to get that messed up truck. That thing's all wrecked up. Oh, man, hate to see that. And they threw the yellow. Debris all over the track because of that crash with the 16 of Tony Pajak. So there's debris on the track. They threw the caution flag, so everybody will get bunched back up here. It'll be interesting.
The amount of damage on that, the amount of damage on that, you would think you'd catch on fire, wouldn't you, iRacing?
You are looking for that fire. Well, while we have this chance, we'll go to a commercial break. Be right back. win. 68 of Ronald Piles likes. I know he wants to win, so he's going to be pushing hard here. As they go down that backstretch into turn 2 through the short chute. Got the 14 looking on the inside of the 0, or sorry, the 11 looking on the side of the 0 with the 41. Looking right in there behind him. 25 of James Beard behind them. 13 of Kyle Grody coming up through the back as well. Brian Boyd goes low to try to break the drafts and keep that advantage, but Ronald Piles does have something for him here, it looks like. Definitely has something for him. Exciting action here with the 41 in the 0s. The 41 looks on the inside with 4 laps to go. James Beard right behind him. 11 of Andy Reid sitting in 3rd. Waiting for one of the 2 in the front possibly to make a mistake to try to pounce and get a position. Still some action back there in the back between Dave Stinson, Andy Reid, Bobby, James Beard right behind them.
It's turning out to be some pretty good last 4 laps.
Oh, yeah.
Laps.
There's exciting action going back and forth here. James
Look at
Beard
that,
making
some
his
great
run.
rides, yeah.
Yep, making his run, getting on the inside of the 0.
They're like, Brian Boyd, this race isn't over yet.
Definitely got his hands full up there as the 68 looks on the inside, now looks on the outside. The 11 right there behind him, all following in the draft there. Action still going on in the back of the pack, along in the front. 68 looks high on the outside. Brian's cutting, staying on the inside line, keeping it low to the yellow, pinching it a little bit up to the top there. 11 drifts in right behind the 68. 11 decides to go with the 68 there through the short chute. 68 gets around Brian Boyd. 19 looks back on the inside, gets a little high and loose there. The 11 looks on the inside of him. 3 laps to go, 2 laps to go next time by. Thinned out there, but the action's still hot here up in the front as Andy Reid and Ronald Piles both had gotten around the 19 of Brian Boyd, who was a very dominant truck here racing tonight. But here in the end, Ronald Piles got around him with Andy Reid, and it's not over between them two either yet, because the 11's right there on the bumper of the 68 going in to the turn 2 short chute. Tunnel turn. You can get some speed there, but sometimes you have to hit the brake a little bit so you don't come up the wall. The 11 looks on the inside of the 68 going into turn 3.
It's that Red Baron. The Red Baron. It's a Snoopy reference.
White flags out here. 1 lap to go. Pyle still has that lead there going down the front stretch into turn 1. Andy Reid still tight there on the back of him, not letting go of the draft, trying to get everything he can to squeeze something out here. I'm not sure how much he's got left on that truck and the tires. He did send it the past two turns there to try to get around him. Going into turn 2, keeping it down tight, low here, both of those guys. 68 coming out high, 11 right there behind him. 19 and the 41 got a battle going on back there behind them. Oh, and the 41 gets into the 19 just a little bit there.
Oh, no. And that's a night.
As it come down here, it looks like the 68 will take the checker flag. The 11 right behind him there. James Beard coming up through there, fighting there to the end with the 41, the 25 and the 41. I have to go back and take a look, see what happened there.
I'm almost speechless with that end. That was just that came out of nowhere. Like they were holding on to that all night long.
I have to go back a little bit because there was some fight and some battle going on there. Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah, so the 41
Cuts
looks low.
Brian comes
19
down.
comes down. Oh yeah, I've definitely blocked the position there. So I'm sure there was some position protecting going on for sure. I mean, anybody would do that in that sense. Oh man, truck got up there.
I wonder what that was all about. Curious to find out if we can get him pulled in.
Looked like the 41.
anybody
You got
getting
loose a
loose?
little bit to come. Yeah, he got loose coming off the turn, came back a little bit, overcorrected too much, but it was too late. He still had speed and got into the right rear. It doesn't look intentional. I think that was a racing deal, but
Who knows? We're not in cam. It's hard to tell.
there's some tough battling going on there for sure.
But it opened up opportunity for the new guy to possibly. I think he podiumed. I think he got third. He pulled it off.
Going back live here, we do have your race winner, Ronald Piles, tonight. Coming in second, Andy Reid, James Beard. These are all unofficial results, of course. Fourth place, Bobby. Fifth place, Kyle Grody. Let these guys cool down. We'll take a short break and we'll pull some of these guys. We'll get you some interviews here tonight. That was an intense battle there at the end between first and second, and Brian Boyd in the 41 of Bobby. So it'll be fun to see what happened here. We'll see who we can talk to and be right back.
Tearing down the track, goodbye 73. Tires reaching, hear the engine roar for me. I rest, it's not a game, motherfucker. It's a life of vibe and adrenaline thruster. Paint schemes flashing, colors in the night, broadcasting the thrill, man, everything feels right. From teammates to friends, we're chasing that win. In this world of speed, let the real fun begin. Remember that night we pulled an all-nighter, turning that wheel, making our fucking skills tighter. Hitting that vape, always stay higher. You said never be afraid to learn, my friend. With every lap we knew we'd never bend. Paint schemes flashing, colors in the night, broadcasting the thrill, man, everything feels right. From teammates to friends, we're chasing that win. In this world of speed, let the real fun begin. Remember that night we pulled an all-nighter, turning that wheel, making our fucking skills tighter. Hitting that vape, always stay higher. You said never be afraid to learn, my friend. With every lap we knew we'd never bend. Took the gamble, hit that wall once or twice, but every crash taught me, oh, it feels so nice. A vocal.
He has a last
And
name.
welcome back. In the booth, Bobby, 41. You got me and Dan in the booth? Got a copy? I don't think we can hear you.
I can hear him. I can hear him loud.
Oh,
I
I
can
think
hear
I
him.
have him. Oh, sorry there, Bob. Yeah, I think it was just my sitting over here. Hey, heated race there at the end. Just wanted to pull you in the booth real quick and get your side there. There was some good racing
I
there
can't
at the
bend
end.
to him. That was on me. It wasn't intentional. I mean, it is what it is. I guess we go forward. I don't race people like that. I try not to. I apologize to him afterwards. We'll see how it goes.
Oh yeah,
Other
for
than that-
sure. I just wanted
I
to.
finished happy. Raced 100 laps. Had a good time. Great
Yeah,
league.
I wanted to pull you in, say congratulations on a fourth place run. It was some good, racing there tonight. There was a lot of strong guys out there, fighting in the lead there for a while, going back and forth. A lot of good crossover action. So yeah, definitely congratulations on a fourth place finish. Just wanted to get your reflection on the last laps there, and
Yeah, it was on me. I hit the apron, or I got underneath him and came up. I haven't actually went back and looked. That's what it seemed like to me. It is what it is.
yep.
It
Well-
wasn't intentional.
Oh, well, that's good to hear. I'll let you get back over to talk to him, and good race tonight, and fun to see you here, and we'll see you back here soon next week.
All right, thank you.
You're
See you
welcome.
later.
Take care.
Well, it's good to know that was intentional.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, it's good to be able to get people in right afterwards to find out exactly what happened. I don't like to pull them in too quick. I like to get them to, watch the replay first, but I don't want to pull them in too hot there. Let's see who else we can pull in here. Do we James Beard third? We don't have him in there. Maybe we can pull in. We have Andy Reid. I'm not seeing him over there. Do you see Ronald Piles over there? But I see Kyle Grody. So let me bring in Kyle. Let me see if I can get him queued up here in the booth. We got Kyle Grody. He would be our 5th place finisher here tonight. And it looks like we do have him here still. And I'll pull him up and see if we still got him. Hey, Kyle, we got Dan and Josh in the booth. You got a copy? No, he didn't want to be interviewed. It looks like that's okay. We'll get him next time. See if we can get our race winner in here. We got Piles, Mr. 68. You got a copy, sir?
Yes, sir.
Hey, listen, you got Josh and Dan here in the booth. That was an interesting race there at the end. We had a dominant racer in Brian Boyd and James Beard just like taking off and dominating the field most of the night. We noticed a lot of guys opting to save tires and sit farther, mid-pack, farther in the back, come through there in the end. Possibly down to tire management. We knew fuel would be a factor, but I want to get your take on the tire wear there. What did it take there at the end to get you to the win?
Honestly, it come back about 2 pit stops ago, and I wasn't sure exactly what was going to happen. I was debating on taking tires then, so I rode the last set of tires out to about the last 13 laps. Driving as hard as I could until then, and then once they fell off, kind of by my time and momentum and finish where we were going to. And then we had that unfortunate caution for Brian. And I don't think anybody really wanted to see it in general. I think we're all pretty okay with where we were. And I was planning on riding it out there, but we took that caution. And I wasn't going to try anything too crazy on Brian for the lead. And I got a run there, and I thought, man, the outside of this tunnel turn is going to suck if I don't get it right. And, I don't have any bad blood with anybody here. So I figured if I tried the outside, he'd probably race me clean. And we raced clean to the tunnel turn, which is kind of hard to do side by side there. We were pretty respectable of each other's racing surface, and he said I was stupid fast. I just felt like it was just a shot in the dark to try to win this thing right there, and with 2 to go, and I thought, man, 2 to go, and then I saw I think it was Adam sneaking up there, and I was like, oh boy.
Yeah, there was a lot of good. Andy Reid, yeah, there was a lot of good side-by-side action through there was a couple moments through the tunnel turn. I was like, oh, somebody's going to have to back out or that's not going to turn out well at all. But I have to say a lot of kudos, a lot of give and take there on the track tonight. Long race, 100 laps here, but it looks like you had what it take to just come down and take it all here at the end. So huge congratulations to you on the top spot. There anybody you want to thank?
It's definitely Insurance Centers Incorporated, Genmar Services, RE Sports TV, Slick Products, GoPro, Ingram Race Engines, you guys at Garage 73 for broadcasting, Mid-South Sim Racing, VRX Motorsports for bringing me along over here, and thank my wife for sitting here and watching me do this all night. And I think she was anxiously half watching me while playing The Sims when I made that passer on Brian. I think she was all smashed my wall. But, ooh, what a win.
Well, I'm sure you got to work out. So, yeah, go back with the guys, celebrate, have a good time tonight. Congratulations on the win. We will see you here next week. Merry Christmas to you and your family. And see you next Thursday, sir.
Thanks to the viewers for tuning in, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to y'all, and we'll see you next week.
Take care, sir.
You too.
Looks like James Beard has entered the chats. So if you still want to pull him up, I think he might be available.
Oh, great. Thanks for noticing that. Let me see if I can get him here in the booth. One moment here, folks. James, Dan, and Josh in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, listen, congratulations on that finish tonight. I know it looked like you had gotten did you get a black flag there at one point? Did you come in hot there through the pits? I couldn't quite see it there on my readout, but it looked like you may have, you had a little bit of extended time sitting there in the pits. What happened there?
Yeah, I got a black flag. I'm fighting the flu right now, so my brain's not working 100%. But I got a black flag for speeding in the pit on that entry, and just had to deal with it. It all turned out all right, though.
Yeah, I know I've been unfortunate of black flag incidents myself here, but you can always visit Fat Chicks Shocks and Accessories and get a black flag eraser for your black flags here at iRacing. It was a very strong finish for you tonight. I'm sure at one point it was looking like I'm only going to finish for 6th, maybe 5th. That incident between the 41 and your teammate Brian Boyd kind of set you up well for that 3rd place finisher. I'm sure you were pretty stoked for that. A question from Dan tonight was what was the dynamic like working with Brian through that entire race? I know you're new here, you're new to the team there, but what was the dynamic like?
Well, I've working with Brian. I mean, he's a really good racer. He's a really good teammate. He's given a lot of good advice, good insight on tips and tricks here and there. I really enjoy working with him, and I'm excited to see how far we can get this thing going.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what's going to happen here with you as a new addition to the team. Congrats on the 3rd place spot here. Anybody you want to thank? Sponsors, friends, family? Here's your time.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to thank Dep Graphics for the awesome schemes that he gives for my trucks and everything. And of course, Brian Boyd with the Sim Racing Accessories for being a sponsor of mine as well. If y'all need any sim racing accessories, definitely get in contact with him because he can 3D print some of the highest quality stuff, and you will not regret it. Also, just shout out to friends and family if y'all are watching, and yeah, appreciate you putting on this broadcast.
Oh, heck yeah. It's fun to do. I'm still trying to get to know everybody's names and get, little bits and pieces about them to make it more of a fun, interactive broadcast. The next couple of weeks, it'll be really great with my tech issues that I had today. But I'll be able to spend some time over the Christmas break figuring it out and sorting it out. So congrats on that 3rd place finish. Look forward to seeing you here soon. And I'm sure you want to get back to the garage, talk to your guy. So I'll let you back there. And we will go ahead and wrap it up there. You have a great night. Merry Christmas to you and your family. James Beard, your 3rd place finisher here tonight. Well, Dan, 100 laps minus all the tech issues in the beginning there. 100. That was pretty exciting. 100 laps, especially the laps there at the end. Your synopsis of tonight. What would you like to see going forward here? I know we do have a race next week, I do believe, and I'm trying to check that track here so that we can get a better idea of what we're looking forward to here. Looks like next week we're over at Iowa. So what are you looking forward to at Iowa next week? 140 laps.
Looking forward to, or looking forward to seeing who finishes? I don't know. It's I mean, 2 guys just threw their hat into the conversation. It's not just a runaway. It looks like this season. I mean, we're only into week 3, and the first 2 weeks. Brian Boyd with strong commanding leads and finishes, and this week, some of the guys said, "Hey, we're not done. We're not out. You guys can talk about us. It's okay." So I mean, it could be anybody's week. It could be anybody's races. I mean, circumstance we saw tonight, accidents happen, last minute judgment calls. So yeah, I think it could be anybody that we saw in the field here tonight.
Yeah, I just got reports of Brian was walking through the garage area. So let's see if we can get a word with him here. Brian, Dan and Josh in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got a copy. How you doing?
Hey, man, doing good. Listen, commanding race pretty much there all night. I just got word that you're walking through the garage area. I think I tried to grab you for a quick word. Commanding dominant race there at the night. Probably not what you wanted to see there at the end. And speaking of the end, bad blood between you and the 41. I noticed there was some hard racing there. You got turned, flew up in the air a little bit. First and foremost,
Yep.
are you okay? Second, is there bad blood between y'all? Do we have anything to look forward to here going into the next couple weeks?
He better watch the way he's around me. And it's funny, you said I was walking through the garage because I was looking for him, and I found him, and he didn't have nothing to say to me. So, two can play that game.
Well, we did get a reporter on that. We got him in the booth here. He did say it was all on him. He did say he apologized. So hopefully you guys can get to talk it out.
That man did not. That man did not apologize to me.
Well,
So there ain't no talking it out. If he's in front of me and he's running me, he can expect to be ran the same way he just ran me.
Understood.
Here to hear.
Yeah, that's right. That's what we're here to report. So, understood. Understood. Hear that. So you heard that here with Brian, but still a dominant race here. At the end, you did start falling off there. Tire wear come into play there at the end.
Well, so if that last caution didn't come out, I had my tires in the right place, but they heat cycled on me, and during the caution they got cold, and then I just couldn't get them to come back to me. And the 68 had a good run on the outside there to make the pass, so I tip my hat to him. He made a hell of a run at the end.
Yeah, he drove hard there at the end, so we
Yeah.
definitely commended him for that. There was some clean racing going on there, but all right, well, we'll let you get back to your team and everything there. Maybe you can get a word with them. So sorry that happened, but we'll look forward to seeing you here next week, Brian, and Merry Christmas
Yes,
to you,
sir.
and all are yours.
All right, Merry Christmas to you, man. Be looking for that brush guard. It'll be on the front of my truck next week.
You heard it here, guys. Brian's mad, Dan, huh? Brian was not happy about that move. We got the apology. We heard it here. He got the apology, but you didn't get it from him there in the garage area. So,
Well, hopefully, it's not too bad of blood and they get to clear things up. But, couldn't expect anything less from somebody who, competes and puts their heart in practice. I mean, he puts in some hours doing this. And, you put those hours with the expectation of having a, first place result every week. And, to have what happened, clearly, Bobby explained it. It was an accident. And there's no reason not to believe. Again, we weren't there. We weren't inside the car. But man, yeah, it's understandable, to be completely upset with what did he get, a 7th place finish where his tires did fall, not fall off, but like he said, they cooled down. He couldn't get him heated back up, and it was unfortunate that he had to drop back that far and get caught up what he got caught up in. So like Bill Belichick says, on to Cincinnati. We're on to Cincinnati. In this case, Iowa. I guess Iowa and Cincinnati would be the same. Not a whole lot going on. So, yeah, keep your eye on Iowa next week. Practice for Iowa. This one's done. This one's in the books.
I don't think there will be anything corny about Iowa next week. So stay tuned for what may happen here in Mid-South Sim Racing on Garage 73 Broadcasting. Going through your race results here tonight. Race winner, Ronald Piles in the 68. Andy Reid in the 11 coming in second. Newcomer DEP Racing's James Beard coming in third in the 25. Bobby, number 4, apologizing to Brian Boyd, but through broadcast here, but wasn't able to catch him in the garage area. He finishes in 4th. Kyle Grody, strong there, drop back to the end, and then Cabe push, hard push there through the middle, coming up with a strong 5th spot. Dave Stinson in the 28, our neighbor from the north, coming in 6th. DEP Racing, Mission 22 Motorsports, Brian Boyd ending up finishing 19th after the run-in with the 41 of Bobby. T-Bird, number 4, kind of a tough night, still persevered, came up with the top 10 and the 8th spot. Tony Pajak, 16th, another neighbor from the north in Canada. 12 laps down, but in the 9th spot. Carnivore, tough night for him. Dropped out after sitting in the pits for a while in that number 3, 27 laps down. Tony Edgerton in the 077 VRX Racing Sim team, 35 laps down in 11th. And Stephen Aguilar showing 93 laps down in the number 8 and 12th spot. Well, thanks everybody for joining us tonight. Apologies again for the tech stuff in the beginning. Promise to get that all situated and fixed for you over the short little Christmas break. Have it all up and running top notch for you next Thursday. Merry Christmas from everybody here at Garage 73 Broadcasting. Dan, thanks again for joining me in the booth here. It's always a pleasure having you.
Of course.
And with that, we'll go ahead and wrap it up here from virtual Pocono in the Salt Lake City area. Everybody stay warm, stay safe, and Merry Christmas, everybody.
Tracks, DEP, Dana, Joe, and the crew. Blazing hotter than a V8, no fake moves, all true. Josh and Kevin, gears grinding, engines screaming wild. Tristan burning rubber, leave them stunned, full throttle style. Steam, Jimmy strong through the fire, through the pain. Built by adversity, no stutter, no restraint. DEP graphics got the rise, looking fierce. Fat chicks, socks, solid swag, sharp like spears. DEP fam, racing fast, never last. Track sleep, spin, flame, full blast. Whip it, drip it, all gas, no slack. Webbing through the storm, we ain't looking back. Roll up on the line, everybody standing tense. Checker flags flying, ain't no place for the dents. Bumpers kissing, sparks fly, tires screeching raw. Dana leading the pack, got him dropping jaw. Adversity be the fuel, we the fire igniting. Stronger than the storm, relentless, never frightened. Jimmy vibes run deep, hearts of iron strong. DP dynasty, cranking up, the road is long. DP fam, racing fast, never last. Track sleep, spin, flame, full blast. Whip it, drip it, all gas, no slack. Webbing through the storm, we ain't looking back. DB fam, racing fast, never last. Tracks lit, spin flame, full blast. Whip it, drip it, all gas, no slack. Running through the storm, we ain't looking back. DB fam, racing fast, never last. Tracks lit, spin flame, full blast. Whip it, drip it, all gas, no slack. Running through the storm, we ain't looking back. We ain't looking back. We ain't looking back.